So, hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for me to bring you yet another episode of our FIFA 19 Wolves Career Mode. Today I've got another 4 games for you, and if you haven't seen the last episode, I highly recommend you go and check it out. We'll definitely be mentioning a spoiler in the next 10 seconds, so you've got 10 seconds to jump off the video. Now, last episode was a big one. We completed the first step towards a potential quadruple. I'm still looking quite far ahead there. We've got a 6-point lead in the league. That's a very good position to be in. We're still only in the round of 16 of the Europa League and only in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. However, we did manage to get our hands on a first piece of silverware last episode by beating Chelsea in the Carabao Cup final. Very dramatic game with some late twists and turns, but overall we did come out on top. Very, very proud of the lads. It was an incredible performance overall, actually, and I'll be looking for more of the same in today's episode. There is confirmation, as you can see, that we did win the Carabao Cup last time out. 2-1 win over Chelsea after they took the lead in that game. Joseph Martinez, who scored the penalty in that final, manages to grab the player of the month for the Premier League in February. So props to him. I've clearly got player of the episode on my mind, so let's go ahead and sort that one out. And it was a debutant winner for player of the episode because Krzysztof Piątek of Poland was your player of the episode. Very close one, this one. Usually there's a runaway winner, but it was very split. Piątek, though, did come out on top with around about 30% of the votes. Second place in that vote was Deo Upamecano, who had his best episode in a Wolves shirt. Ruben Neves as well managed to grab himself 1 point. He was third in that poll. So we've got 1 trophy in the cabinet already this season. We've got to look ahead now to try and secure a second one. We're in the best position to do so with the Premier League, 6 points clear of Manchester United. However, this is going to be another difficult episode for fixture congestion because of the amount of competitions we're still in. We've got a ridiculous amount of games all the time, so it's a very second string side as we face Crystal Palace. Piątek, your player of the episode from last episode, is into the starting 11 to partner Jota up front, which is an interesting combination. Hopefully we can recreate some of the amazing football we saw last episode. One thing I will say as a bit of a critique, last time we were a little bit wasteful in front of goal overall. Sanchez there into Connor Cody, dinked over the top into Jadon Sancho off the post. Early effort from the young Englishman. Of course, one thing that I didn't mention, he was actually in the load-up screen, but Johnny Otto is playing against us in this game. The ex-Wolves left-back signed for Crystal Palace in January, I want to say, when we brought in Wilfried Zaha. Unfortunately for us, Wilfried Zaha's too tired to face his old side, but Johnny Otto can do so for Palace. Palace themselves hit the post there. I don't know who that was at the back stick, but now both teams have hit the woodwork. Brilliant stuff. Renato Sanchez into his fellow countryman, Diogo Jota, who's done well. Outside him is Jadon Sancho. Clip back in for Renato Sanchez, and Gaiata's saved excellently. Helder Costa there with a nice spread of the play into Jadon Sancho. Running behind here is being made by Diogo Jota, who is brought down by that man. It's Johnny Otto. The ex-Wolves player might have given us a gift here. Maybe he's still in it for us. Maybe he still wants us to win the league secretly. That is a lunge and a half. It's unnecessary. Renato Sanchez is the man who's apparently going to step up and take it. For some reason, I just don't trust him. Krzysztof Piątek is going to be the man who's going to step up and take the penalty. Here we go. Piątek to the right-hand side. It's saved, though, by Gaiata. Oh, I didn't trust Renato Sanchez. I shouldn't have trusted Piątek either. To be fair, it wasn't like the greatest of heights for Gaiata. He's had to make a one-handed save, so Piątek didn't exactly make it easy for him, but a bit of a shame that we can't take that chance. We've got a chance here for a break. Samaseku's got Jadon Sancho over to his left-hand side. He's played it nicely. Jadon Sancho, it's a heavy touch though, and it allowed Gaiata to come out and smother. Once again, signs perhaps of being a little bit wasteful in front of goal. We need to take our chances. Good interception there from Piątek. He's done really nicely. Diogo Jota's ahead of him, and he's found Diogo Jota. This is a glorious opportunity to get the lead in this game, and Diogo Jota does not waste it. 1-0, set up beautifully by Krzysztof Piątek, and finished off calmly and with composure by Diogo Jota. I think just about on the balance of play, we do deserve it. Piątek with an inch-perfect ball, so perfectly timed. Jota had Palace players catching up with him. He's not the paciest of customers on this game, so he had to rely on his good finishing ability. Crystal Palace on the right-hand side with Diaz. Ball in is a dangerous one. Bolly had to get ahead of his man. He does just enough to get the ball clear. In the end, it was bouncing around. Townsend with the turn. Bolly will play that one nicely into Max Jackson, who spreads it out dangerously. That's not where I wanted it to go. We're sliding in desperately here. It's come through to Max Meyer, and we've been punished. That's not who I wanted to pass it to. The passing on this game will always let me down. Just 10 or so minutes after we take the lead, Palace have equalised. It looked like we might have done enough, but Diare Samaseku blocked the pass, but it fell so kindly back into the Palace attacker. Sancho wins the header into Diogo Jota now, who just needs men in the middle, really. He might get that. Jota cuts it back. It's into Piontek. Piontek has done it with 10 minutes to go. I have no idea how he's managed to loop that one in, but the player of the episode from last time has scored again, and he might have won us the game. Jota cuts back, puts the ball in, but there's not much pace on it. Piontek's got to loop it in. Oh, wow, what a header. What a header from big old Krzysztof Piontek. That's 3 goals in 2 episodes, I think, for him now. Goyata gets absolutely nowhere near it. Piontek might well have won it for us, but we've got 10 minutes to hold on now to this lead. Fair play to the goalkeepers. 13 saves between them, between Jackson and Goyata. They've definitely been busy, and that is it. It's another slim victory. The amount of times we have won by 1 goal recently is ridiculous. The amount of times we won 2-1 recently is ridiculous as well. Krzysztof Piontek was man of the match, 9.5 rating, but a 9.4 as well for the man alongside him. Diogo Jota and Piontek each with a goal and an assist in that game. Generally speaking, they work really well. We're getting straight though into game number 2, folks, and we're in the Europa League, the round of 16. We had the first leg last time out where we faced Hoffenheim away from home in Germany. Now, we won the game 2-1. It's brilliant. We've got 2 away goals. Wolves fans then about to be treated to hopefully some Europa League goodness, and hopefully it'll see us into the last 8 of this competition on our European debut. The player to watch apparently is Wilfried Zaha. I mean, he is definitely a player to watch, but I think the likes of Neves and Martinez have been in better form than him. Speaking of that, Wilfried Zaha, he did score, I think, in his first episode or his first full episode, but he hasn't had a humongous impact on a team. It is hard because we've got a lot of wingers in the side already, but I would like a little bit more maybe from him going forward. These shadows and lights are mental. Gotta say, these shadows situations are very distracting. It sounds extremely stupid to be distracted by literal shadows, but it is a bit odd when we get, it's mainly only in the middle of the pitch where it's just a little bit off-putting. I don't know, it is what it is. Into Adama Traore, who cuts back nicely. Joseph Martinez into Ruben Neves. It's well blocked though there by Hoffenheim again. Ruben Neves here, who'll have to take a shot from range. Well saved from Baumann. The problem is at the moment, certainly in this episode, we're getting to the edge of the area and just being met with a brick wall. Got a corner which Neves will now swing in. It's towards Mbabu of all people. It goes past Zaha. Adama though will pick it up. This is Adama Traore off the post. Oh my word. Oh, Adama, that was almost so beautiful. The amount of times this happens in this series, man, where we come so close, like we get denied an amazing goal by the woodwork. It literally happens once an episode. Ben Yedder here for Hoffenheim. Oh, he's gone past Maguire, goes for the finesse, and it is wide just from the Frenchman. Oh, here come Hoffenheim with Belfodil, saved by Jackson. Dalton corner will be swung in by Nadia Amiri. Ben Yedder got on it. It comes all the way through to Grilic. Somehow it went all the way through and millimeters wide of the post. I don't know how that hasn't been stopped on the way through. Oh, that run has not been watched at all by Vinagre. Vogt with the ball in and Ben Yedder with the header in. Suddenly Hoffenheim are level on aggregate but behind on away goals. I don't know why they're celebrating this fiercely. If I was them, I'd just go and get the ball probably. Now, as Upamecano wrestles with someone on the halfway line, we find ourselves in a position where one more goal and we could be out. Grilic, nice ball out wide here into Belfodil. Well challenged though there by Mbabu, and he keeps it in as well. Crucial, that one. And in fairness, it's not just staying in the Europa League on the line here. This is our unbeaten record from all the way in November that's going by the wayside at the moment as things stand. Obviously, I'm not going to let that get in the way of actually progressing. I'd rather lose the game and go through. 1.5 minutes of injury time left. Crucial header away there from Maguire, and he's managed to find Munir as well. We do unfortunately slump to our first actual on-the-night defeat since the middle of November. 4 months have passed since our last loss, and unfortunately we suffer that defeat against Hoffenheim. However, it is not enough for the German side to progress to the quarterfinals. We are into the last 8. The defeat was bound to happen at some point, but it's just a shame that it happened in that way. He didn't really perform very well overall in that 90 minutes, but at least it's still enough to see us into the quarterfinals. If anyone was wondering how the battle for the Golden Boot is going, here you can see the top 15 Harry Kane with 16 goals at the moment is top of that list. Sadio Mane just 1 goal behind him for Liverpool. Joseph Martinez, though, is in third. Now, obviously, at this point last season, he probably already scored about 25 goals, so he is doing considerably worse. I've got to say, goal-scoring-wise is Martinez, but it's because it's been shared a lot more around the rest of the side. Martinez, though, with 13 goals. Ziyech with 9 as well. Interestingly, he's actually had a lot to say in terms of goal contribution, and Adama Traore as well, sneaking in there in 21st with 8 goals from 24. Same as Mohamed Salah. Forget about the Premier League though for a second, because we're into another competition now. It's the FA Cup quarterfinals. We just booked our place in that round of the Europa League, but in the Emirates FA Cup, we're at home against Millwall. It's a relatively strong side actually for what you would expect in an FA Cup tie, especially given we've got Manchester City in about 5 days from now in game. I think I can just about risk the likes of Sancho, Sanchez. So far we've got a win, a loss, and then I suppose to complete the set we ought to get a draw here, but I don't really, that's the last thing we need. I think I would genuinely potentially rather go out and have to face another fixture in March. Oh my god, that turn from Gregory against Bolly. Oh my god, we are in trouble here. Goodness me, we are in serious trouble. Saville to the back post, Parker gets there, and Millwall are leading. Well, I don't know what is going on with Matt Doherty's positioning for a start. Miles out of position is the Wolves' original right back, and Connor Cody gets beaten far too easily in the air. He doesn't even jump for it at the back post. This all, though, comes, as I said again, from the fullbacks being well out of position. Cody doesn't jump. I'm pressing X. Jackson's been beating his near post, but it's quite close to him, so I'll let him off. But now, Jadon Sancho needed some more runners, really. He might get them in the end. Kelvin Lawal receives the ball from Piontek. This is still Kelvin Lawal. Still Kelvin Lawal. He's cut inside, but the shot slightly tame in the end. Easily saved by the Millwall goalkeeper. Andreas Pereira on the edge of the area. Andreas Pereira has struck the crossbar. I don't believe what I have just seen. How many times are we going to be denied a spectacular goal by the woodwork? Here come Millwall again. Saville with a nice bit of trickery. And that is 2-0. Once again, it's another just simple ball into the box. Gregory has doubled Millwall's lead. We've got to keep our heads up. 37 minutes gone. Willy Bolly with some absolutely atrocious positioning. Absolutely awful. You have one man to mark in the middle. Literally one man. Might be worth trying to go through the middle, which is what we're trying here with Andreas Pereira, and we've missed. Oh my god. Oh my god, that had to go in. That literally had to go in. And he's missed it by such a distance. Oh, Andreas Pereira. I thought he'd scored. Renato Sanchez. Ball is on here for Krzysztof Piontek, and that is the goal we needed. 2-1 right at the end of the half. Not missing the target like Andreas Pereira. I like that from the marksman. That's his second goal now of the episode. It's a really nice finish as well. Arrows the ball into the far corner, and right on the cusp of half-time, we've got a way back into this game. That is literally the final action. We go in now on the front foot. 2-1 down, but at least we might have the momentum going now into the second 45. Wallace here, Williams, there's a ball on into Barker, and it's wide. To be honest, I don't think Jackson had that one covered either. He's looked a little bit suspect in this episode generally, but just balls into the box are killing us off at the moment, and I could try and do something with our centre-back partnership, but I'm not really sure what we can do under the circumstances. I don't know who we have on the bench. Through for Piontek, Andreas Pereira, overlapping run here is from Jadon Sancho. He has to finish. And he has. We've got the equaliser. It is 2-2. Jadon Sancho is the man to bring us back onto level terms. I'm not going to lie, we've been penned into our own half for the first 15 minutes of this second half. We escape, and a ball over the top, a simple one this season, unmarked Jadon Sancho, who can just finesse the ball around Archer. We've got our finishing boots on finally. We're back to level pegging again. Right, cool. Okay, the comeback mission has at least reached neutral point. To be honest, I wanted the luxury of bringing Sancho and Sanchez off earlier, but unfortunately, given how good Millwall have been, I've not been able to do so. There's Andreas Pereira in towards Piontek. Lovely touch from him. And again, that's beautiful. Ball, though, too close to the goalkeeper. Krzysztof Piontek is a man possessed. Millwall on the counter here again. This is Saville. Again, Doherty nowhere to be seen. Great ball here to find Parker. There's men in the middle. And Gregory is one of them. And Gregory might have won it for Millwall. It's 3-2 with 5 minutes to go. Oh, no. I've got to be honest. We've been let down so badly defensively. Doherty, Cody, Bolly as well. Bolly! Do you know what marking is, man? What can I even do about this? There's nothing I can do. Willy Bolly has just not been able to, he couldn't mark a flipping traffic cone. This'll be it. This is us out of the FA Cup, unfortunately. Parker there with the strike. That is it. You wait 4 months for a defeat and you get 2 in a row. We lose in the Europa League, but we continue on. Unfortunately, we don't get that luxury in the FA Cup. The quadruple is off. We're out of the FA Cup. And honestly, I'm not really sure we deserve to progress. I think that first half performance let us, or the first 40 minutes let us down. We were so poor. If anyone was wondering who we've been drawn against in the quarterfinals of the Europa League, I'm afraid it's quite boring. We're facing Torino, who we had in our group. I mean, realistically, we shouldn't even be on the same side of the tournament tree. I don't think you're technically allowed to play a side that you faced in the group until the final, theoretically. Turns out we probably could have actually played a stronger side against Millwall because all the players who even played in that game have recovered perfectly. We've got to turn our attention back to the league now. One silver lining is that going out of the FA Cup does mean at least we can focus on Europe and on the league itself. We're away from home for the first time in this episode, but we're arriving at the final game of the episode as we travel to the Etihad to face 6th place Manchester City. So we step out onto the pitch of the Etihad. I'll be interested to see what sort of side City play. We've got a very strong side out on the pitch. I think pretty much everyone is 80 or above, so theoretically they shouldn't really undermine us. I'm actually really impressed with Hakim Ziyech's goal contribution. I didn't actually realise he'd scored that many times. He's also got the most assists out of anyone in our team, so he's definitely been involved in at least 20 goals, I want to say, this year. Meanwhile, we're coming forward early on here with Diogo Jota. Ball in was towards Martinez. Zaha was waiting at the back stick as well. Munir here. Can find Martinez round the corner into Ziyech. That's brilliantly now through into Wilfried Zaha. What a well-worked goal that is. I thought it was going to go through to Martinez, but in the end, it goes all the way through to Wilfried Zaha. 13.5 minutes gone. We've taken a lead here at the Etihad against Manchester City. Lovely little ball cushioned from Martinez into Ziyech, and then he actually went for Wilfried Zaha. I thought he would go, honestly, for Joseph Martinez, and a nice half volley finish as well from Zaha. Manages to do well, actually, to stay on his feet because the challenge was coming in from behind. Chilwell then clips it over the top really nicely into Hakim Ziyech, and there's runs being made, most notably from Wilfried Zaha over on this side. Ruben Neves is here as well. This is Ruben Neves who will go for the long shot. It's finally gone in. Ruben Neves has scored an absolute stunner. It's special from the Portuguese maestro. Finally, one of those shots hasn't hit the woodwork. The relief! We finally scored a banger. It had to be Ruben Neves from distance. It was a really nice attack. We had men overload against City, which is why they just couldn't close down Neves. And he has delivered. He punished them. Ederson can't get there. And we are in a lovely little position now in this game. City have got to come out and seriously attack us. Now, really, this game's all about maintaining this lead. We've got to just make sure that we keep hold of this one, really, and don't do anything stupid as we play out beautifully from the back here. Munir can play that one in behind as well for Joseph Martinez. He's done so. There's a man in the middle. It was Ziyech, but it doesn't matter because Benatia has taken Martinez down. I'm going to be honest, this looked a tiny bit harsh. It looks like it's going to be a red. It is a red. It goes from bad to worse for Manchester City. They're 2 goals down. They're now a man down. I can see why it's been given as a foul because EA love to give fouls like that on this game, but he's definitely got the ball first. He's definitely got the ball first there, has Benatia. We're going to go to the left-hand side, but Ederson manages to save the penalty. Big chance for Martinez, and for a second time, we have a penalty save in this episode. I mean, the AI are just too good at saving them as Wilfried Zaha absolutely kills a man in the middle of the pitch. I mean, regardless of the penalty miss, that would have completely ended the game. It's not over at this point, but at the end of the day, City are down to 10 men. So we could be 3 goals up and a man up, but instead we are just 2 goals up and a man up. It was a wasted opportunity, I suppose, in a sense, but we're still in a good position here. As Jota puts that one in now for Martinez. Well blocked. Comes to Ziyech. Well blocked again. Sterling into David Silva. Great save, though, from Max Jackson. First bit of action he's had to do. Gabriel Jesus from range. Wow, that was close. City are knocking on the door, definitely here. City look like a new team after the break, which does happen sometimes on this game, I've got to say, but they look very good. Meanwhile, Oh, Jota's in acres of space here. He's been set away by Ziyech. This has got to be 3, and that is game over. Jota will go and celebrate in front of the Wolves away faithful. Game, set, and match. Set up by Ziyech. Far too much space over on City's right-hand side. I think it's Denier who should be over there. It's simple. He's going to eat those for dinner, is Diogo Jota. And we have eaten Manchester City for dinner, quite frankly. It's 3-0. Meanwhile, Ziyech has got a run being made by Diogo Jota again. Jota's going to flick it inside. Beautiful stuff from Diogo Jota! Off the bar! Ah! No, you've got to be kidding me. I know Neves scored earlier, but for crying out loud, that should have been a goal. Ziyech, though, comes forward, saved by Edison. It'll come to Josef Martinez. It still comes through to Munir, and it goes out for a corner. Ah, Diogo Jota, literally inches away from scoring. It even goes to the goal line technology. It was quite clear that it didn't go in, even from the live shots. Benjamin Mendy, known for his, what, Shark Team hashtag? It's not been Shark Team. They've not had the bite of a shark. It's been more of a goldfish situation, really. Regardless, we end the episode with a comfortable victory over Manchester City. Hakim Ziyech ran the show. 9.4 rating for him makes him man of the match, and a 9.2 for Neves. Really highlights how much our midfield dominated Manchester City's. Diogo Jota with an 8.8 and a goal. Zaha with an 8.7 and a goal. Find it amazing that our defence in that game got roughly the same ratings as our defence in the Millwall game. Probably sums up how broken the rating system on this game is, given we kept a clean sheet in that game and we were basically a brick wall in comparison to conceding 3 against the championship side in Millwall. Anyway, enough about the FA Cup disappointment. It's been 2 wins out of 2 in the league. We maintain our 6-point lead over Manchester United. Again, it is literally a 2-horse race now for the title between us and United. In the background though, now you'll be seeing the Hall of Fame. You guys know the drill at this point. Holds all the records and accolades for this series. And in the top right of the screen, you'll be able to vote for your player of the episode. Once again, some pretty decent contenders, in the likes maybe of Piontek again, realistically, Ruben Neves, Hakim Ziyech as well. But that is going to wrap up today's episode of the FIFA 19 Wolves career mode, and I hope you have enjoyed it. Been a bit of an up and down one, really. Good start, very average middle, and then a pretty good end, realistically. So if you've enjoyed this one though, slap a like on it and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It's the big red button under the video and it massively helps me out. You can also follow me on social media these days too. My Twitter and Insta are at the official FNG and links are down below. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
I've been smoking and drinking. Say the weed and the voice got me thinking skeptical. Boy, you better know when I'm under the influence. If I say shit, then I meant it all. Had a flashback when I used to kick ball, and the coach told me I weren't technical. Man, I lost all the air in my lungs, and it's like man took a low blow to the testicles. Now you see the spare time, I invest it all to the music. Dug deep, now I'm seeing improvements. Still forcing the ink on the page, and it feels therapeutic. Yeah.